Glentoran contingent saw their side squander a number of chances. The Glen's domination started as early as the second minute. Good build-up from Glentoran. Good cross from Cleland. Bars the left foot. Good save from Damien Grant. Jameson. Oh, good ball. Finds Neil. This is good from Glentoran. Should have been 1-0, but Stephen Douglas puts it wide. Cleland, tricky ball player. That's for the goal line. Did well. Good cross. Kasky trying to get in here. Terry Moore. McCartney. And finds Michael Smith. Smith gives it away to Jameson. McCartney's inside. It's 1-0. Good ball in from Jameson. And the header, well, McCartney was very sure to knock in his 23rd of the season. Kasky with space, a little up forward. McCartney, great turn. Good save from Damien Grant. Jameson's kick, McCartney up there. Kasky. Oh, just wide from Douglas. Made bonds for Gary McCartney. Still McCartney, turns. And Stephen Douglas just couldn't get there. Glentoran goalkeeper Alan Patterson was having an easy afternoon. But 15 minutes from the end, United hit a cracker to salvage a point. Davy Smith leaves the free kick for Dermot Docherty. In goes John Heron. The free kick from Docherty. Heron rose majestically, and Patterson had no chance. John Heron. Touch round Damien Grant. Francis Smith arriving in the middle. Kernaghan still going, but has to settle for the corner. And a good ball from Garrett finds Tom Sloan. Curry, the control, and the finish. It all started with a very good ball from John Garrett. Tom Sloan did well on the right, and the finish was perfect from Curry. The game faded slightly in the second half. Larne came into it more and hit United with a goal 7 minutes from the end. So Sloan is there, Kernaghan is there, Bustard is there. It's Kernaghan. It's 2-1. The indirect free kick, touched by Tommy Sloan, and superbly glided in by Harry Kernaghan.
Nice goal, and the light I've seen from Linfield for many years. But take nothing away from United, they fully deserved their win. But could manager Alex McKee believe the 5-1 scoreline?
Not quite. It hasn't really registered with me yet, but yeah, I'll accept it. I'll read it on the Saturday night and I believe it.
For Alec and most people, man of the match was United striker Neil Candlish. On loan from Motherwell, he got goal number 1 in 8 minutes, finishing off a 4-man move in real style. Candlish was causing Linfield all sorts of problems, and he almost scored a second, getting around Darren Coyle, but his shot cannoned off the post. In 27 minutes, it was 2. The long ball from John McKee, and Billy Piper left George Dunlop helpless with the finish. A minute later, Linfield almost pulled one back, but Jeff Spears' header was kept out by United's debut boy, Pat Saunders. Just before half-time, Linfield did score. The build-up on the right, and Alan Dornan hooked it into the net. Linfield sub Martin McGahey, on for his 400th game, had a chance to equalise in 72 minutes, but John McKee denied him with a superb tackle. After that, it was all United, and they got 3 more in the last 15 minutes. Candlish, first of all, setting this one up for Lindsay Curry. Curry was provider for number 4. His shot saved by Dunlop, but Piper was there to blast in his second of the game. That man, Candlish, set up number 5, leaving fullback Ian Hamilton to stab the ball past Dunlop. 5-1 United, so does manager McKee believe they have a chance of the title?
Yes, if we play like that every week.
Briefing.
No victory over Bangor. It was only Bangor's 3rd home defeat of the year, and it came courtesy of Scotsman Neil Candlish in the 54th minute. Keeper Stephen Eaches and Ballymena's Tom Sloan duelling for the ball. Sloan coming out on top. He slipped it to the little Scot, and 1-0. In fact, a few moments later, his cross nearly reaped further rewards. Billy Piper was on the end of it, but the finish was just too high. 3 minutes from time and the points could have been shared, but for a miraculous Saunders save from Raymond's Hill. And in the dying moments, Garrett headed off the line from John Campbell. But a 1-0 win to keep United on course for the championship. The Intermediate Cups.
Tenders United, who'd rocked Portadown with a goal inside 2 minutes. John McKee applying the final touch to a chance set up by Neil Candlish. In 17 minutes, the league leaders were 2 down. Good long ball from Michael Smith. Piper fights for it. Here's Sloan, 2-0. And Grant did well to block Winston Armstrong's effort. A short time later, Carrick went close again. John McDermott takes it quickly. Cummings. Back post. Off the bar. Gradually, United get back into it. Heron. Looks left. Smith. Will he line up the shot? He does. Oh, it's off the post. Looks up. Inside. Stephen Young. The gap's opened up. It's off the post again. 4 minutes into the second half, Carrick went in front. McFort's at the back post. Here's Morwood. Balls for Morwood again. It's a good save, but it's in now. Armstrong, the man to finish it off. Michael Smith delivers the cross. It's a good one. Morwood gets it away. Lockery. Can he turn? He's brought down. And it's a penalty. Michael Smith then, the man to take the penalty. He hit the post in the first half. And he's about to make it 1-1. And he does. Davy Smith, free kick, the back post. Hardy! 2-1. 2 minutes from the end, this tackle by Carrick defender Keith Halliday game, and that meant a red card for him. For the Light Blues, it was a 2-1 win.
Now remember, in the semi-final of the TN here by the woodwork.
At the other end, United had a great chance, and Stephen Young will still be wondering how he missed the target. The busy Murray must have thought he'd scored with the lob, but somehow Des Lockery hooked it away. On the hour, a long run by Neil Candlish set up United's goal. Cliftonville couldn't clear, and Lockery blasted in his first of the season. But Cliftonville were far from finished, and Sean O'Kane was only inches away with a header. In the dying minutes, United almost had a second when Young's shot caught a post, so it finished 1-0 to United.
And it was a good again, though. He'd scored 7 in 4 matches against them this season. When he did come on in the second half for the injured Brian Strain, Cowan turned the match upside down. But only after 2 superb through balls by John McKee set Sammy Smith up, his first after 50 minutes, beating Kevin McKeever, and a great left-foot finish. And what should have been the winner came 12 minutes from normal time. Smith wasn't intimidated by the advancing Mickey Keenan, and Alfie Stewart could do nothing to prevent the inevitable. Then came the Cowan show. 5 minutes left in the clock, and the deficit reduced with a crisp shot from the right wing. And Ballymena can blame only themselves for the Port's equaliser in injury time. They seem to have stopped playing and ball watched as Sandy Fraser threw over a right wing cross, and the loosely marked Cowan accepted the early Christmas present. It was even Stevens in extra time with no more goals before Cowan led the penalty shootout. Smith appropriately equalised for Ballymena, with Doolan putting the Ports in front. But the tie was settled when Jim Scott stepped up, only to have his shot well saved by Keenan. Fraser, Heron, Keenan and Piper all scored before McGee's strike put it beyond United's reach. So, surprise, surprise, it's Portadown against Glenavon in the final on December the 11th.
Skipper John McKee's cross led to a mix-up, and Sammy Smith eventually squeezed the ball past Alan Patterson. Following the kick, Patterson saved Smith's shot, but as Andy Matheson delayed, John Heron persevered to get the vital touch. And Candlish played a 1-2 with Smith, and the close skills of Candlish finished it off in style. Near the end, United almost had a third, but Piper's effort was superbly tipped over by O'Shea. 2-1 United, and probably the day Europe slipped out of Newry's reach.
And Saturday, despite creating quite a few early chances against Ballymena, who eventually won 3-0. They opened the scoring in the 19th minute. Scotsman Neil Candlish, the scorer. Bangor tried hard to equalise, but things just didn't seem to be going their way. And the Seasiders also had to contend with the excellent form of the Ballymena goalkeeper, Damien Grant. And you'll see what I mean when I say that the ball didn't run for Bangor when you watch this goalmouth scramble. It was more like watching pinball than soccer. Well, from pinball to handball and a penalty for Bangor in the 63rd minute, Ricky Simpson illegally stopping Barry McCready's header. And Simpson was, not surprisingly, booked by Alan Snoddy. And John Muldoon's kick was then superbly saved by Grant. Ballymena had hardly been in Bangor's half, but when they did attack, they created problems. Here, Billy Piper forces a good save from Stephen Eachus. But even Eachus couldn't stop Ballymena from making it 2-0 in the 82nd minute. Neil Candlish, the finisher again. And right at the end, Eachus once more got a hand to the ball. Ian Hamilton shot, but Billy Piper's finish. Well, Bangor could still qualify for the UEFA Cup, though.
Played the game in England, Spain and America. Now, at 34, he's back to his roots for his first job in management.
For me, it's the next stage. I've played. I still hope to continue playing with Ballymena, but now I've got the added responsibility of being the manager. And it's something which I'm looking forward to.
Few players, if any, enjoy the rigours of pre-season training. And new boss Hagan has been putting a squad through the mill.
There's no shortcuts. You've got to work fairly long and fairly hard. It's really, you're setting the basis for the whole season. And I'm looking to get a good pre-season under our belts and take things from there.
Early impressions of the new boss?
Very efficient, very professional. Everybody's looking forward to playing under. I learn a lot from him. Played a lot in the continent, and everybody's looking forward to playing under. New manager always brings new ideas and new thoughts.
Like Hagan, another new face of the showgrounds is former Art and United striker Billy McAvoy. He'll be the reserve team manager. But United fans are still waiting for Hagan to make his first major signing.
I have promised all the players here that I will give them an opportunity. Football is all about opinions. People give me their opinions of the players. I want to make up my own opinion about the players here at Ballymena. And once I've done that, should I believe we need new players, I will try and get them.
Rugby now, and at Windsor Park in Belfast next month after their comprehensive victory over Distillery at the showgrounds. The first of their 5 coming after 19 minutes. Some neat work down the left, finished with a perfect cross from Neil Candlish for Des Lockery to score. Respectable enough at half-time, but it all went horribly wrong for Distillery after the break. Again, some neat first-time stuff from Jim Hagan's team. Michael Smith crossing for Lockery again to make it look easy. He was having a good night. A minute after his goal, he set up the third, and it came as a result of a melee in the box, ending with Hall unceremoniously upending Lockery, and there was Paul Hardy stepping up to take the penalty. Wasn't long before it was 4. Davy Smith had a great match, and he was the man to set it up this time. Neil Candlish, the man to take the ovation. Well, Distillery's night of woe wasn't helped when keeper Henderson went off with a back injury, John Kennedy taking over in goals. And he couldn't do much about the 5th from Neil Candlish. It could be a good year for Ballymena. And a good
Lampron form the wall. Paul Hardy is there. I think it might be Michael Smith. And it is! What a goal! Brilliant strike by the fullback. But couldn't score. Like here when Gary McCartney and Andy Matheson set up Gary Hillis, but he hit the bar. United were struggling again when Matheson's ball found Raymond Morrison, but again the woodwork got in the way. Against the run of play, United scored 2 minutes before half-time. Ricky Simpson's cross met by the unmarked Desi Lockery. 10 minutes after the break, a 4-man move gave United their second. Michael Smith's cross superbly finished by the diving Ricky Simpson. 10 minutes from the end, Raymond Morrison got the Glens goal. His strong run, the 1-2 with McCartney, and the midfielder beat Grant to leave a final scoreline of United 2, Glentoran 1. Could have done better with the header from the corner kick. Then United had a good spell, and when Des Lockery broke clear, keeper Joe McBrearty had to spread himself to make the save. Minutes later, Lockery intercepted a poor back pass, beat the keeper, but his shot hit the post. Then a bad back pass by United Stephen Young let Eamon Kavanagh in, but keeper Grant made the save. 4 minutes after half-time, it was United who broke the deadlock. Paul Hardy's pass released Loughry, and this time the winger kept